Nemo will be there.
Don't know who that is.
Baron Nemo.
Oh, Zemo.
Shit, it was such a
That's
dick.
okay. It's been
my
It's
God.
been a long
Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick. This is John. We're going against conventional norms as we talk about the San Diego Comic Convention.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have reacted at all to that horrible intro. But we're going to have to keep it now because it is...
We don't,
Yeah, we do.
but I got one out.
Got one out.
Like conventional norms.
Convention.
What else do gays do? Conventional society, romantic conventions,
They go
heteronormative
to
conventions. Fucking hell.
Going against heteronormative conventions. I don't get it. I mean,
Going
I get
against
it.
the conventions, and then we're going to a conventions.
No,
Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick, this is John. We're going against conventions where we talk about people going to conventions.
Okay.
Was that the same?
Same enough. I don't know. Should we keep them both now?
Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast.
Christ.
I'm Nick, this is John, as we go against heteronormative conventions and talk about the San Diego Comic Convention.
Okay. That's...
I've tried 3 now and they're all pretty fucking awful.
They're getting worse as you keep going, so might as well stop while you're
I'm proud of myself for getting one out.
I mean...
Normally I just cry.
I cry. I don't need an excuse to cry.
I enjoy a cry.
Right, so this is episode
I don't know.
13.
Lucky 13, and we're talking about San Diego Comic Con.
Yay. I was there. In my head, I was not there. I'm just like, I don't know. I just...
Oh, have you never been to San Diego Comic Con?
I've never been to a Comic Con.
You've not even been to the shitty London one?
Not even been to the shitty London one. No one ever invites me. I always say, people are like, oh, I'm going, and I say, I'd like to go.
It's like 80 quid a ticket. It's not that exciting.
Also, I'm a poor American boy. I don't have any money for that kind of nonsense.
San Diego Comic Con is literally the best thing in the world.
When did you go?
2016? It must have been 16, not 14.
Don't adjust your dials, listener. That is exactly how we reacted.
2016. I've told this story. I've bragged about this story before, right?
What, on this podcast? I don't remember.
I don't know, it was someone. I was there when they announced Brie Larson as Captain Marvel.
Oh.
They're like, let's have the whole family. Let's bring out our new Captain Marvel. And Brie Larson came out.
Really?
I wasn't in Hall H because it's impossible to get in there unless you queue up the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to panels and had fun. But every evening they would have live screenings of the big shows, and so you could watch it. And I watched on the screens as they brought her out, and she was there, and I was watching on the screen.
I have a proposal. If we are still doing this podcast in a year's time, let's go.
We won't get tickets. We should have already gotten tickets. You need to book tickets now. It's too
I'll
late.
figure out how.
Do you know anyone who lives in San Diego?
Yeah, I would travel there a couple times.
But actually has a house that we could stay in.
Yeah.
Because that's the impossible part.
Chris. Paul.
Can you imagine how many podcast assholes are like, I'm a podcaster, I need a media ticket. Because I went on a press pass last time, so I didn't even pay for my ticket.
You little slut.
I know how that was yeah.
I mean, I got a few friends who live in LA as well who would love to host us, but I know that's a bit of a 2-3 hour drive. But
I got the train down. It's great fun.
Oh my god, I forgot there was a train.
Amtrak. If you know anyone in San Diego, we're going. Because that's the hard part, is finding a place to stay. It's impossible.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll figure it out. I mean, I'd love to go back there. I was there.
I love San Diego.
One of my previous, the previous job that I had during the pandemic, which I'm still trying to write a book about. I was in San Diego at least 3 times, 4 times. There was one of the clinics I used to deliver to, just right on the north end, by Black's Beach, kind of ish.
Yes, went to Black's Beach. One of my Instagram photos is of me looking down on the beach. It wasn't on the beach because that's the nude beach, right?
Yeah.
I was on the cliff.
You didn't
down
go?
No. I was there again. I was there with the tourism guy, and he was showing me around. So.
And he didn't want to go with you?
It was like a hike. And
was it the dangerous trail down there, or was it the steps?
Probably the steps, but still, we didn't bother with that.
I've been on Black's Beach twice, and I still do not know where the steps are. I took the dangerous route both times.
If anyone's listening in San Diego and wants to host us next year,
We're really good fun.
well, a little bit fun.
We're fun enough to not make it a bad idea.
Yeah, Comic-Con is so fucking amazing, and because San Diego is the perfect size for it, it's like a big enough city, but every corner of that city is transformed into comic book stuff.
Yeah.
Because one of the streets is like Paradise something or whatever,
Okay.
and so there's like this like a shitty car park on the corner of Paradise and something, and so they turned it into Paradise Island, so they had an invisible jet there for one.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fucking cool. And they did on the previews night, they released a new episode of He-Man with like the original voice of Skeletor was doing it, so it was like a fan made one.
Oh.
They screened it in like a giant parking lot, so like all of us were there at midnight just watching He-Man cartoons in the middle of the night.
That's amazing.
It was so brilliant. That was also the year that Pokemon Go came out, so
Oh god.
everyone was just, the streets were infested with nerds everywhere.
I was that nerd when I was traveling there.
It was so incredible.
One thing
big disappointment is that I did not get invited to a Star Trek themed orgy.
Oh.
I was sure, I think it was even on my Grindr profile. It was like, anyone up for a Star Trek themed orgy?
Did you bring your alien costume
I
as well?
didn't have my uniform at the time.
I didn't say costume.
Fucking roasting. I would have died in San Diego heat in that fucking outfit.
Mm-hmm.
No one had the foresight to arrange a Star Trek themed orgy.
You were not in the right district, I guess. One thing I really like about San Diego...
I was in Gaslamp District.
Huh?
It's in the Gaslamp District.
Yeah. You should
Where's
have
the
been
gay bit?
Hillcrest.
Oh, yeah. But that's so much farther away from the convention center.
Whatever.
I like bumbled down the street to it. God, it was so fun.
That's where all the good bars are.
Well, yes.
So,
anyway.
So, for anybody who has never been to San Diego listening to this podcast and they're not like bored yet...
Everybody who's listened, all 12 of you who listen to this podcast know about San Diego Comic-Con. And you know it was this weekend.
Stop saying that, we have very few listeners.
And I love all of them. I cherish all 12 of you. 13. Baker's Dozen.
There we go, yeah, because that's the episode number... Okay.
Oh, it's also a Baker's Dozen.
Oh, because your name is Baker.
My name is Baker.
And I was born on the 13th.
Oh, that's not as relevant.
It's totally relevant.
Not everything has to be about you, John. You don't
Okay,
have to be
fine.
involved
It's all about
this.
you. The number 13 is all about you.
This one was a Baker's Dozen. Anyway.
X marks the spot. I'm trying too hard now. Go.
That
That's my name. Marks.
Oh. That's really clever.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So yes, it was Comic-Con this weekend, and there'll be a million people talking about all the stuff that's gone on. And when we sat down to record, we realised I only paid attention to the Marvel stuff.
Oh my god, me too.
I did see a trailer for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, which looks fucking brilliant, but it would because Star Trek Lower Decks is brilliant, and they make fun of the DS9 theme music. It's just perfect.
Really?
It's so clever. I love them. So that's coming back, and not long now. Next month? Soon.
What, like next season?
Yeah, Season 3. Have you watched Lower Decks?
No. I mean, I want to. It'd be great, but it's not on Netflix anymore, is it? It's going to be on
Amazon.
Paramount. Oh, Amazon.
Oh, it was on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's on Paramount.
Well,
it should be, right? That's the whole point of Paramount. It's like Star Trek.
It's Star Trek, basically.
Like,
yeah.
that's all they've got.
What else
It's so good. I loved it.
Okay.
I know they had, DC showed a thing with the Rock
trailer of Black Adam.
Yeah, but we'd already seen that. Like,
I haven't seen it.
Like, we've seen the trailer, right?
No.
I don't want to watch it. I'm not reacting to that.
No.
It'll be my reaction. This will be my reaction. Me.
Okay. Yeah.
Shan't watch it. I feel like Shazam 2 is out as well.
They're making a Shazam 2?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, if you haven't listened to our previous episode, dear listener, we have reacted to the ones that are worth reacting to. The trailers that were released at Comic-Con. That was the previous episode. But for this episode, we're just going to talk about the other stuff, like the panels that happened or anything, because it was on for confession, I didn't realize it was a 4-day event. I was like, Nick, what day is Comic-Con? And he was like, bitch, please.
It's like been going on for a day already. You've missed half of it.
I know, right?
What else? I did also see Avatar news. which everyone's excited about, but I'm not. I'm heartbroken. The next film, the first animated film that they're going to they're going to release is going to be focused on Aang and the gang, but as grown-ups.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. Backtrack a little bit.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the blue shit.
Because I did watch the trailer for Avatar Blue.
I don't give a shit.
Blue. So now, say what you said again. So the first film on the Avatar,
the first
cartoon,
Avatar Studios animated film, which I think is next year, is now going to be following grown-up Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Toph.
Okay.
And Zuko.
And not Kyoshi.
Not Kyoshi. And lots of people are like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see that. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited too. But I was so excited for a Kyoshi film.
Mm-hmm.
I want... Anyway.
I guess it's fair, because I think
if they do it after, if she's like the next film, then fine.
Because I think
with Zuko one after that. I don't want another Zuko one.
I get it. I mean, I think as someone who's less of a geek about the Avatar, I watched it.
We'll do an episode on Avatar. Don't you worry.
Well, we did mention it.
Yeah. Well, that ain't enough. We need a couple of episodes.
But for people who aren't into that world yet, if you start with a Kyoshi movie, they're going to struggle with getting people to come around to it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be new people. Like, I feel like you're not going to go to the cinema to watch an Aang's film.
They might, if they know that there was a TV show about him for 3 years and they watched
at least
one episode.
The TV show, and if they've watched a TV show, they'll know who Kyoshi is. I'm fine with it because I think it'll be interesting, it'll be cool, but I'm way more excited to learn about past avatars. That was always my favorite bit.
Okay.
The way because they were such a big part of it, but always tiny little teasers. So I want to see Kyoshi, I want to see Yang Cheng, and I want to see Roku.
Okay, you'll get your time.
I will. I'll be 50 by the time they come out. The same time the X-Men come to the MCU. But
so like 3 years?
Yeah, next week
from now.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So that's the other one that I knew about. There was a trailer. Like a teaser I saw on social for they're doing a Dungeons and Dragons film.
Oh yeah, I am less excited about that.
It looks bollocks.
I don't.
What a load of shit.
I haven't seen it, but I have heard that it is less than amazing.
I mean, I'm biased because Chris Pine's in it, and I can't fucking stand him.
But okay. What does he do? I don't. Here's the thing.
I think he's a bard.
He's a bard. Oh my god. I think it's really difficult to make. Okay, so I think it's really difficult to make anything in the world of Dungeons and Dragons because it's such a expansive material that people who play Dungeons and Dragons and its offshoot Pathfinder are mostly making their own stories.
Because are there characters or are they you're the characters, right?
There's a bit of both. I think, okay, in my limited, incomplete knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons, I know that there are some characters, but a lot of them come from like the original cartoon from the 70s, 80s, whatever it was. Did you ever watch that?
I was obsessed with the cartoon.
Okay.
But no.
No, because when you play... Okay.
So it's not going to be Eric and Sheila, is it?
I don't know who those people are. But
they were in the original cartoon.
If I'm wrong,
so fucking good. We'll do a Dungeons and Dragons episode cartoon, and then we'll do a Dungeons and Dragons board game.
Thank you, because I know more about one than the other.
Likewise, but it's the other way around.
Perfect. Oh,
but that's not what today's about.
No, but I mean, it's hard to make. Okay, so you have character types, and I guess
they're not like named characters.
There's going to be a few of them, but I don't think any of the named characters are characters that you play, if that makes sense. So when you create a character to play in a story, in a campaign, you're creating like a wizard or a sorcerer or a fighter or whatever, but you've got your own traits and your own powers, whatever, and then the non-player characters, the NPCs that are driving the story along, are just that, they're non-playable characters. And so it's going to be hard to create in my opinion, it would be hard to create a narrative based on these characters where the main character is you. It's the same way they have trouble making well, I guess they don't really, because I was going to say video games you do have a character which is also you, but you're not creating that character. They also
suck.
This is the same way there's not a movie about Skyrim because in Skyrim you're creating a character.
Rimming.
Okay. Are we doing that first? Yes, the word rim. Giggle, giggle. Get that out of your system. There's not a film
that
about
for an intro when we do video games.
Fine. Something about Skyrim.
Skyrimmed.
Have you been Skyrimmed? No. Anyway, any video game that has a character where you're creating the character, like, it's wildly different.
Got it.
Can't make... The Warcraft film was kind of poop because it was...
Kind of poop?
I haven't seen
What, that, like, green, like, gargoyle thingamajig?
Orc?
Sure. What a load of shit that film was. They gotta stop trying to that. Quick question about
Sorry, we're getting
D&D,
off tangent, aren't we? But yeah.
and then we'll go back into that. What do you normally play as?
Oh, I like... Okay, every time I play a new campaign, I gotta play something different and new.
Okay. What are you playing as at the moment?
At the moment, I'm a cleric. I'm a lizard cleric.
Oh.
Yeah, lizard. Which
I can see that for you.
Which I only did because I've never played as a cleric, and B, the party needed a healer, and the clerics are the best healers.
Okay.
Was that a yawn?
Sorry.
Sorry, my D&D knowledge isn't exciting enough for you. But like in the past, I like to play against type because like sorcerers typically tend to be like lithe women who are very, busty, and I play a man sorcerer, or like a barbarian who is like tend to be like big butch guys, and I play like a female barbarian. Like I'll just do the opposite kind of thing just to do something against type.
Wow. Crazy
girl.
So yeah, there was like a teaser. I think it was just, I don't even know if it was on a panel or whatever, but I saw someone filming it and there was some ads for it. It looks bollocks. Prove me wrong, fine, but they've tried to make a Dungeons and Dragons film before, and I don't remember anything about it.
I'm not excited about a Dungeons and Dragons film.
No.
That's my TLDR about my rant just now.
Cutting to the point. Not excited about Shazam. Not excited about Dungeons and Dragons. So there's that dumb.
Is there anything else non-Marvel before we get to the important stuff?
I mean, I'm sure there's tons.
I'm sure there's tons.
I don't know any of it.
But until we get there, dear listener, if you're in San Diego, until we get there to actually watch everything, give you a complete breakdown of everything, we're just gonna speculate and what we've seen on YouTube and stuff.
Let's just go straight to Marvel.
We'll
end up talking ages about it. Does this count as our geekery of the weekery? Because it happened during, in the week.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, I want to do a little musical intro to break up this.
Previously on X-Men.
Geekery of the weekery.
Fine. Yeah, do it. Do you realize I don't do any
That
of that?
was it, by the way. That little pause.
Okay, fine.
You didn't need to talk over
Right
that.
here.
So, let's talk about Marvel. I have to say I'm not overwhelmed by the announcements.
Yeah.
Were you overwhelmed by the announcement?
I was not. And if you're talking about like the timeline of like what we expected it to happen was like here's the current plan for the next year or 2 or 3 or whatever of the releases, and that's all we know at the moment. We don't know a lot. I feel like they're slowing down. They're putting more space in between.
No,
there's
the
like
exact opposite.
So there's like 2 things next year. There's like 2 things for the rest of this year, and then there's like 4 or 5 I'm not counting like TV and film. 4 or 5 things throughout the entire next 2023. Then they're already talking about 2024, which is like has like 3 things, and then 2025's got like, However, there's also some unnamed projects.
That's Phase 6.
Ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm losing my attention a little bit because I know things are going to change before we actually get to the important things. Like titles change, the timeline move around.
It'll move around so many times. The fact that they said that Phase 6 will involve 2 Avengers films in the same year, that's not going to happen.
They said that about Infinity War, like back at 2014 Comic-Con.
They were a year apart, and it'll keep moving and that sort of stuff. I
mean, like, Comic-Con's for the fanboys and girls, and it's gonna be getting you excited about what's gonna happen in the line. So the fact that they've announced a Fantastic Four film, great.
We already had a Fantastic Four film announcement like a year ago.
Did we?
We knew that. We knew about it so long ago. We knew who the director was, and they've since dropped out.
Okay.
So
Fine, I don't know.
we've known about this for ages. What we should have done is have the fucking cast announcement, but they're probably saving that for D23 in September so Disney can make more money, because otherwise no one goes to D23. It's like, guys, if you're
That's a good point.
like, if you're filming it now, like, you fucking tell us who it is. Like, I can't keep waiting for it to be John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. If it's not them,
What?
fine.
Do we think it's gonna be John Krasinski and Emily Blunt for real?
Are you kidding me? Where have you been?
I've been not listening apparently because I.
What?
Sorry, Nicholas, I'm not on TikTok.
They've been fan cast since, like, I think 2016.
Well, I knew about him, but I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I didn't know about.
Of course they were.
It strangely makes sense, but
It's-
I had never considered it.
It's so perfect. That's why we won't let it go. And that's why he was fan cast in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I get that
But then
part.
you're gonna, like, give us that and then be like, actually, it's
Some other woman.
this other random guy. It's not John Krasinski. It's someone else that's gonna play
Could you
him.
imagine if it was John Krasinski and like some other woman?
It might be.
It might
like,
be.
they've gone on record saying that she doesn't want to do it. She's not going to do it. But Andrew Garfield was on tour for one film saying, absolutely not, I'm not in Spider-Man. That's going to be really disappointing for everyone. So we know people lie. It's pointless.
Well, people lie and people change their minds. You know, it's fair. We've got the time to change it.
They'd be so perfect. Yeah.
No, but if you've not known by now how dumb I am, I never considered Emily Blunt being Sue Storm.
Can't believe we're co-hosting a Gay Geek podcast and you didn't know that.
Well, our 12 listeners are going to be so upset that we didn't.
Furious. They'll be writing in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I said I want is, like, for God's sake, shut the fuck up and give us our Fantastic Four casting. Like, I'm not even that super excited about Fantastic Four. I've read like 12 Fantastic Four comics in my entire life, and that was it. But just fucking admit it. Like, do it. It has to be John Krasinski. Like, so many people are like, oh, actually, this guy's really good because he'd be really... It's like, you need someone who is serious, but also a huge dork.
Yeah.
And, like, action star, hot, sexy, but also adorkable. And you can't pick some young, hot, moody person. It's like,
supposed to be
because
like
that's going to be shit. It's going to be Miles Teller all over again.
Ugh.
What a fucking flop that was. You need to do both. Anyway.
It's supposed to be like the smartest man in the universe kind of thing.
Yeah, but he's also a weird guy who stretches. That power is so dumb. You need someone who
bizarre.
can carry that, who can be badass, cool, but also ridiculous, and not take themselves too seriously. If you get some, I don't know.
Do you kind of think sometimes these things that were like created as not animated, but like they're created as drawings in the 40s and 50s and 60s, and now we're like beholden to them to make them serious. Like, if you were to create the X-Men nowadays, you wouldn't start with like a guy with wings,
I
or
know,
a blue monster that jumps around, or a man with a laser beam for an eyeball. You know, it's like you wouldn't do
so
that.
60s. It's so 60s, isn't it?
But now we like every time we think about the first lineup of the X-Men, it's all about
It's Fantastic Four and those guys. Anyway, we didn't get a fucking cast announcement. Blah blah blah. They're not even coming out until Phase 6, so they're the start of Phase 6.
Okay.
God help us all.
They said that Phase 4 is pretty much dealing with the aftermath of...
Well, Phase 4 is finishing with Wakanda Forever.
Yes. And so that was all going to be like...
But that's 1 year.
Is
right?
it?
It's kind of like a year. And Phase 1 went on for
a year. You mean like
ages.
story time or year of films?
Like, yeah.
No.
When did Phase
When did it
4
begin? Wasn't it with like Endgame was the beginning of it or something like that?
No, Endgame was
I don't know.
the end of one of them.
3?
It must have been one division then, I suppose.
A lot of it. Anyway, they said
2 years.
Phase 4 is about the aftermath of the blip and how people are dealing with it. And then one of them is season 5. Season 5. Phase 5 is starting to build up the building blocks for Kang to be the next big bad, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of the Avengers films is called The Kang Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is called...
Don't tell me. I'm trying to remember. Give me the first letters of each word.
SW.
Secret Wars.
There we go.
Because Secret Invasion is something different.
That's next year.
And maybe someday I'll get the two separate.
I'm so excited for Secret Invasion. I think that's the thing I'm most looking forward to. And the Marvels.
And that's a TV show.
Yeah. Because it's going to be like spy thriller. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah. I'm
Olivia
excited.
Colman and Emilia Clarke. Fucking amazing.
I'm excited for Agatha, which is not called House of Darkness. It's called something else. Covenant of Chaos.
Which is interesting. I don't know. Should we do it in order? I feel like we're going to go back and forth if we don't.
If you know the order, yeah, let's do it.
I wrote an article about it for work because I have a...
Of course you did!
Because I have a job that lets me do that. They're like, yeah, get search volume, let's do that. So I'll put a link in the episode description because then we'll get traffic for it. And my SEO team will be really pleased that we did that.
They'd be like, what are these 12 extra
These 12
hits
extra
on our
ones?
website?
Like, wow.
And you'd be like, you're welcome. Pay me extra now. Let's go in order. If you know the order, great. And for each one you say, I'll say smash or pass.
What, for the film?
For the film or TV shows.
5.
We're wrapping up phase 4.
It's...
Is it just Wakanda?
Yeah.
Is all this left?
Well, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, smash.
Wakanda Forever.
Smash.
Okay.
November. I guess it's almost August now already, so I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so it starts with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
You know, I'm going to have to... I'm not really excited about it, but...
I'm not excited about it.
I've seen...
Mainly because she's a twat, which is a shame.
Which one?
Evangeline Lilly's like...
What has she done?
Sorry.
What has she done?
She's an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so was... Wasn't Shuri an anti-vaxxer?
Yeah,
well?
massively. 'Cause she's super Christian. So that's why I'm like, I don't really give a shit if you're a Black Panther anymore, Shuri. Sorry, you're terrible.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the daughter, because I hear they got whatever.
Yeah, Cassie's going to be in it as Stature, I guess.
Different actor.
Possibly, because they'll have to be older.
I think they mentioned a different actor. And also Kang's in the poster, so I'm going to have to...
Kang, yeah, that's his big appearance.
So
have you seen him with his top off?
Reluctant smash. What?
Have you seen Kang, the guy who plays Kang?
Jonathan Majors?
With his top off?
No, but I'm going to change that
Holy shit. Like, there was... Like, Kevin Feige tweeted, like, there's no man I would trust to carry the MCU on its shoulders. Like, carrying the weight of the MCU on his shoulders. And then someone cut to a photo of him. Look at his shoulders. Fuck me. He's dentalicious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. How tall is he? Why is this...
Probably as tall as you.
Really?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
He's delicious.
He's our greatest hope.
For the multiverse.
Yeah, so
Height.
It could be interesting, or it could just be.
He's 5'11".
Oh, that's enough for me. It could be interesting, or it could just be all over the place. Like the kind of
that page.
Quirkiness of Ant-Man is funny, but
But
if it's Quantumania, like they're making fun of the fact that they put quantum in front of everything.
Yeah, it's a bit tongue in cheek,
which is a bit.
We'll see how they do that. Is it going to be what's his face directing again? Not Edgar Wright. Who am I thinking of?
Who directed the last one? I don't even know.
Didn't they do the? Yeah, it was. Oh no, Peyton Reed. Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright dropped out.
He was gonna, but he did contribute to the script.
The script, along with Paul. Yeah, that's the first
one. Yeah. So do you know how like we talked about how, well, in my opinion, like the Thor film was doing a little bit of the same things again, and they get a bit tired after a while.
Okay.
But they did other things very well when they did it the same way but different, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping they do that with Ant-Man and Quantumania. Like the same sort of crazy sort of silliness in that style. But I don't want the same thing. I want the same thing but different or applied in a different way. If that makes sense.
Not really.
If you know what I'm talking about, write in.
So that's the first one.
I'll point it out when it happens. Yeah.
So that's February next year. And then the very vague description of spring next year is Secret Invasion.
Okay, TV show, yeah.
Which I think we talked about enough.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
That's gonna add to the mystery.
Don't know anything. I think the next one is Guardians 3.
Okay.
Which will be good because he's good.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is the panel where they brought on the cast, and that guy in the purple suit came by.
Who the hell was the guy in the purple suit?
Okay, because I forget where I learned about this. We both guessed who it was. We were both wrong. But the guy showed up in the purple suit, which is I forgot it now. Something about the fuck now. What if I lost it?
MODOK?
No. Although
MODOK's in one of them.
he's
Is it
mentioned.
Quantumania, right? No.
Maybe it was because there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be probably a cameo or something.
That's all CGI. Anyway, yeah.
The Grand Evolutionary.
The High Evolutionary.
Thank you.
Cool.
Because that's the purple costume, and that is going to be the actor who plays that character. And Guardians 3 is going to be all about Rocket and his backstory.
Yes.
And
so
why?
So the High Evolutionary made Rocket.
Well, that's what we think.
He also made Pietro Wonder.
This is my face about that. Is that after the retcon?
Yes. We'll talk about that.
We need to do a drunk rant about retcons.
Yeah, we do.
Teaser for an upcoming episode. It's on the list.
If you'd like us to do a drunk rant about retcons, the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver retcon is the main one I'm going to talk about. But we'll save that for another day because I don't have the energy for that.
Not right now.
Cool. It's weird that, again, it's a weird choice of bad guy character for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
because they're spacefaring and he is not.
Yeah.
He's Earth. He's Wondagore.
Oh yeah, he was on Wondagore.
He's always. That's how I know him.
Well, as you know, that they've done many things where they take a character concept and just make a different backstory on him. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. They can make him an alien kind of vibey character. What's your thoughts on Adam Warlock?
I was just gonna say Adam Warlock. I have no thoughts on Adam Warlock.
No, I don't have any thoughts.
Because he's so different from the comics, isn't he? Now.
Well, I just think he looks. The guy playing him looks so different and weird. He looks like he's been LA-ified.
Oh really? Who's the guy playing him?
So he was. Oh god, this adorable English kid.
Is he young?
Not anymore. He was in Meet the Millers.
Oh, Will Poulter.
That's him. Anyway, so I hope he's funny.
Okay.
And not just big and emotionless and sexy.
What does Adam Warlock do in the comics?
In the comics, all I know is he has the Soul Stone or the Soul Gem in his forehead, like Vision has the Mind Stone.
Right.
That's where they took that inspiration from.
Okay.
Spacey thingy. No fucking clue. So they can do whatever they want because I don't give a shit.
I know him. He was in Bandersnatch, Black Mirror.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm not super excited about it.
Okay.
About Guardians. What are your thoughts on Guardians?
Put
the phone down.
I've only
back in the room because you're just gonna keep looking at what people have been in.
Yes.
And what years. Put the phone down.
Down. All right, Dad.
What are your thoughts on Guardians?
I knew very little about Guardians 3 until a few days ago, and so I do not have any strong feelings. I might pass it. Oh. Because I am going to just watch it when it comes out on Disney Plus.
That's the thing.
How is it gonna advance the story if it's about concluding a story about the Guardians? I've lost interest in them since Endgame a little bit.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
Gamora's gone.
I don't care as much about Chris now that he's after Gamora or whatever.
Yeah, that's a point because I'm still waiting for I missed some of the Sony films because who gives a flying fuck about them.
Yeah.
But is there gonna be a Marvel film where I'm like, I just won't bother watching it because they're released a month and a half later on Disney Plus.
Yeah. As far as we know,
it's gonna be a case of what's the first one where I'm like, I don't bother anymore. I don't know. It's not yet. I'm not there yet.
I'm veering towards that at the moment. So unless there's a big course correction in terms of interesting story or something, then I might skip it and just watch it on Disney Plus. I'll be busy with other things like Lord of the Rings TV show or
it might be finished by then. It's May.
I don't know. There'll be something else.
Okay, so after that, we've got a couple of Disney Plus shows. We've got Echo, and Loki season 2.
I am going to. I'm gonna want to see more about what Echo's about, but I am interested because I think that's going to be a big lead into the Daredevil reboot. Are we calling it a reboot?
Don't know. I guess so. Yeah.
But it's a definite. So I want more, but I'm excited. I'm excited enough about it to want to know more about Echo as a character, because I think I have a good friend who is a sign language interpreter, and there's a big community in America, and there's a big community with, like, there's not a lot of representation.
No.
So I'm excited
It completely
about that.
changes the dynamic of watching.
Yeah.
If it's all sign.
But the Loki season 2, big definite smash.
I don't give a shit about Loki.
I don't give a shit about
I did
that
not
character,
give a
that
shit
version,
about that show.
but I liked the show. I thought it was good storytelling.
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah? Okay. I'll give you the breakdown then when I watch them.
Again, that was one of the shows where I'm like, do I have to keep watching? It was a chore to watch it every week. Not as much as Falcon.
No. Definitely wasn't. I liked it. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but
People loved it and they went nuts for it. I think for me, what irked me the most is, a couple of things. One, his constant hair flipping. That's his one move. Whenever he lands, he does hair flips.
Oh.
And I was like, once you notice it, that was really annoying.
Now you've pointed it out. I'm never going to not see it.
Every time he lands and flips his hair. It annoyed me that they made such a big deal about he's the first canonically bisexual character in the film, and within a second, he's dating a female version of himself.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't have enough time to even land the fucking line before he was making googly eyes at a woman. It's like, I've been with men before, but I'm gonna be with a woman now. So with a woman, straight, heterosexual. Blah, blah, blah. It was such a bullshit. Hi, we're giving you this thing, but also fuck off. So that kind of was like, I heard about this.
Do you not think you're reading into it a little bit too much? Because
Not at
I
all.
don't remember him. I remember him being gender fluid. I don't remember him being bisexual.
Well, they make a tiny reference to it, and everyone was like, it's such a big deal. It's like he says that, it's like sometimes whatever she says, probably princesses or princes. He's like a little of both. That was
like a line?
Yeah, that was his line. His
I don't
coming
even remember
out.
that, yeah.
And it's like, here you are, we've given some representation, and within 15 minutes he was shagging a female version of himself. He wasn't, that's a massive exaggeration, but it just felt like such a bullshit. Anyway. Also, I
think he's fine. I'm not like...
I don't get it. I don't.
I tell you what, I don't like Owen Wilson. I think he's annoying as fuck. But the fact that this show pulled me around, I was like, okay, I'll watch it, yeah. So, good on them.
Alright, cool. Alright.
I'll give him more of my attention.
I'll see. I don't have a lot going on next summer, it's fine.
You're not going anywhere?
I don't know anything about. Another summer release, which I am excited for, in July next year, is The Marvels.
Yes.
Which means we have to wait an entire year to find out what happened to Kamala.
Well, yeah.
That's so long.
Speaking of that, side story, my mother is getting, because she wants to watch the new Thor film, and my brother, who is also probably listening to this, so hi Alex, he's trying to get my mother to watch it, but he's like, no, you can't until you watch this one. Oh, we can't watch that until you watch the other one. Oh, we can't watch that one until, trying to figure out the things to watch. And so we had a talk the other day, and be like, so she has to watch Infinity War. And then we're going to make her wait a year before watching Endgame to make us understand what we went through.
My brother has said the same when he eventually lets his son watch the films.
Yeah.
Because he'll want to binge them. He will make him wait a year between Infinity War and Endgame.
I've seen that tweet by somebody. And it's like...
You absolutely have to.
Have to. But again, the kids nowadays, they got Wikipedia and whatever else. The kids nowadays.
So the Marvels.
Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it more because of Kamala Khan and because of the speculation that you've told me about it as well. About going to find Monica and stuff. That sounds like really
cool. I hadn't thought about that until we talked about it. I'm really psyched for that. And Lashana Lynch is back in it.
Is she definitely going to be in that film? Good.
Which?
Oh wait, Lashana Lynch, as in Maria.
What? So I love some flashbacks. I want flashbacks of Monica and Maria. I want flashbacks of Carol and Maria because they were both not blipped. Yeah. I want to see that.
And what if Rogue's in it as well at that point? And Jessica
they've got-
Drew saves her.
See, what do we
You
talk about
see?
with expectations?
I know. We should start
See,
doing
but
that.
unfortunately, there's no way I can watch Carol's second film without waiting for the post-credit to be Rogue.
Yeah.
Which is so unfair. It cannot happen. But
It won't happen.
I completely expect that it will.
What if it's Anna Paquin?
Ah! Oh, that's so much worse than it not actually happening at all. No.
I've just created your nightmare. Like,
Yep, I can just see it. I'm sorry too, Siri. Tell me about it.
Your nightmare is like you see the post-credit scene and a yellow glove comes in frame and you're like, oh my god, it's actually Rogue! And then you pan up and it's Anna Paquin with the grey thing coming out of her hair.
Like, I got rid of my powers. My name's Marie.
My name's Marie.
Sugar. She never even said sugar.
Oh yeah,
In 4 films.
And her accent was all over the place anyway as well.
Anyway,
Marvel's big smash.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for me to not have expectations for that.
Okay.
So I'll do what I can.
We'll manage it. I'll manage it. I'll be on your side.
Yeah.
We'll manage it together. We're a team. We got this.
We may be at Comic-Con. If we're in San Diego, it'll be out.
Is that when it's released?
Yeah, 20-something. 29th? 28th of July.
Next Comic-Con is
1 year from now.
July.
They'll have the dates up. That'd be great. Please, someone host us in San Diego. I want to go again. It's amazing. After that, Blade. I have no idea what they're going to do with this film.
I really like Mahershala Ali as an actor.
Did you watch the Blades when they came out?
The original Blades with Wesley Snipes?
As opposed to...
I don't know. You probably know more. I think I watched the first one, maybe the second. I don't know.
I fucking loved them.
I might have been slightly too young for them at the time, wasn't I?
I'm only 2 years older than you, but yes.
I don't remember. I probably don't remember. But I'm trying not to let that influence my opinion about this upcoming one because I can do anything with it. I'll tell you what, I'm not excited about vampires and werewolves and all that supernatural stupid Halloween shit in general. But I do like the actor, but I'm not excited about Kit Harington being in as Dane Whitman.
I don't think he has the chops to be in a Blade film.
Well, that teaser at the end of Eternals is the voice of Mahershala Ali.
Which is so bollocks, because why wouldn't you actually just show Mahershala Ali?
Because then you have to show what the concept is going to be for his look.
Oh.
And I thought it was just because... I thought it was a bit of not a piss take. It was kind of a cop-out because, like, you know, who's going to know what his actor that voice is, yeah. But I get that they don't want to reveal, like, what he looks like, so they might change. There's no concept art.
That's a fair point.
But anyway, I definitely need more information about Blade as a story, about what they're doing with it, what the tone of it's going to be, if it's about like hunting vampires. Nah, I don't need that in the Marvel film.
It's going to be difficult for me not to expect it to be like the Wesley Snipes ones, which I would really enjoy. Just hunting down vampires. Fuck them. It'd be great. But imagine they'll have to do something different otherwise. It's just...
I mean, they're not going to be able to do to vampires what Doctor Strange did to zombies, because it wasn't really zombies, but it was a zombie.
It was so awful.
And it was just
what Doctor Strange did with zombies.
Yeah, and
please stop.
Anyway, so I want more.
Although when is Marvel Zombies coming out? That's going to be a R-rated animated thing. I got a date for that.
Pass.
Okay. Ironheart.
Smash.
Again, no idea. No idea. If it is the next phase's equivalent of Ms. Marvel.
Oh, is it a TV show?
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll appear in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
We'll get more of her in a TV show. I'll smash it, mainly because I know very little about her character.
I don't know anything.
And so I'll have no expectations going into it.
Apart from what you see in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's the smart black girl version of,
That's right.
does for the smart black girl community,
Yeah.
black girl magic, that it did for Pakistani
yeah,
immigrant
yeah.
community. If it's that kind of thing,
Yeah.
wonderful.
I'm
That'll
down
be
with it.
great. Great stuff. After that, I think closing up next year is Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Smash! I don't even know what it's about. I don't care.
What on earth are they gonna do?
They're gonna. Here's my theory,
Yep.
which I've not seen anywhere, whatever.
Okay.
Wanda, whatever happens to her at the end of Doctor Strange, I don't think she's dead. That would be silly. But whatever she had to do, maybe to avoid being noticed by Doctor Strange, because she's, apparently not a Nexus being, because she exists in multiple other realities.
Yeah, they just pissed
By
off
the
at
way,
that, didn't they?
So let's ignore that part of the WandaVision. But she has to hide. And so
Although
in order
I
to
will
do that,
say, like,
her spell that she casts on Agatha has to be released, and so Agatha has to work her way out of it somehow. And get her revenge, or whatever she wants to do with her time.
so you think when she got her spells were all cancelled, so Agatha's now free.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, I can't think of any other sort of long-lasting spells that she would have done that needed her attention.
That was so.
Like a D&D reference, she has to break her concentration on that spell, so she can no longer hold it. Concentrate. Yep. Back in the room.
They could do whatever they want.
I
With
know.
Catherine Hahn being just walking around being witchy.
I know.
I
And
don't care. Like, just saying that, it's like, is it her backstory? Like, how when it was House of Harkness, it could have been her family growing up story or whatever, or when she turns. Jizz.
Yep.
Excited for that. Or is she just walking around now? Just doing stuff now? Jizz. I don't care. All of this, anything. I don't care. It's all going to be... Like, what? What would they have to do to make it like, meh, this is bad? I can't.
I know what they can do to make it bad.
Make it a musical.
No.
That would make it bad.
That would make it amazing. They can make it bad if they played it, if they're like, oh, Catherine Hahn, who is this gem we found, I suppose, she's crazy. Let's just do just her craziness and nothing else. Let's just do her going, woohoo, like winking at camera. This is the whole show.
Oh, no, they won't, because the reason that she's a gem is because she can do so much more.
Yeah.
She can be broken, she could be crazy, she could be depressed, she could be... Oh, she's wonderful.
Well, here's the thing that she does really well as an actor.
I swear to God,
Can't believe I
this
just
is
said
not
that.
going to be a regular bit.
No, but I do find
John's
myself
acting
saying it a lot.
advice for the Marvel cast.
The stuff that she does and I only know her from WandaVision, to be honest. I'll be honest, I've not seen anything else that she's been in. But everything that she does, like all the sort of like the little winks or sort of like shrugs or her stylization of the character, you don't write that in a script.
No.
You
that's
bring
her.
to that the character from the acting. You sort of have to use the script as like evidence to make a character, and then you sort of buy into that so fully that it's convincing. It comes across on screen, and when you're writing it, you don't write like she winks at the camera with a sort of a hunch on her shoulder, or she.
Would the director have?
Oh, you definitely work with a director to pull those things out, and a good director is a big part of that. But I also think that
That's her.
it's up to the actor to have that available for the director. End of acting rant. But that's why I'm excited about her, and what I imagine her to do, like whatever it is, I'll smash it.
I can't think of how. Yeah, I think the only way it would be less than perfect is if they just made her zany witch character the whole time.
Yeah,
and they
that's
didn't
what I
give
mean.
her room to be. She did an HBO show, which was actually crap.
Which one?
Mrs. Fletcher. I only watched it because she was in it. Because I was like, oh, I love her. She'll be great. And it was naff. It was basically one of those HBO shows where all the men in her life are fucking garbage and they treat her like shit. Like her ex-husband, her son, her boy. Everyone treats her like shit. And she just like goes along with it. And it's like, oh, this poor housewife. And everyone's a cunt to her. And
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so sick of watching shows where just the male characters are just one-dimensional pieces of shit. And they just get away with it. Anyway, but she was this divorced housewife. Her son was going to college, and she was on a sexual journey, that sort of stuff. So
Is she the main character in it?
Yeah, she's Mrs. Fletcher.
Okay.
So she was awkward, she was lonely, she was sad, she was confused, she was horny, she was scared. She can do. Yeah, it's not a great show, but if you want to see what she can do.
Okay, what was the
watch
show that
that.
she was in that was much bigger, that was she's most famous for, probably?
I don't know what she's most famous for. She's done Bad Moms films, Step Brothers.
You told me not to get my phone out, and now I'm going to have to get the phone out to look at
We're
this.
the Millers, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I don't know what she's famous for, but she's one of those people where you're like, oh yeah, I love her. Tell me what she's
Anchorman.
been in. Yeah.
Anchorman.
Yeah, but she wasn't like the main person in Anchorman. She would have been a backup person in that. All sorts of stuff.
No,
So
you're right.
it feels like now is the time when the world's going like, oh yeah, Catherine Hahn, she's fucking awesome. Yes, she is. So yeah, so
And one thing I didn't know is she actually she was the voice of Dr. Octopus in Into the Spider-Verse.
yeah. Actually, my friends call me Liv. My
Yeah.
enemies
Yeah.
call me Doc Ock. Oh yeah, wonderful. So yeah, that's got very high hopes, but I don't see them being dashed. Put your phone away.
I'm literally on Catherine Hahn's page.
We're done. You can look her up later.
I certainly will. Love you, Catherine Hahn.
We too love you, Catherine Hahn. So
Next.
next is Daredevil.
Yes! Oh, I don't know what they're going to do, but I'll watch it. Do you think that I need to finish watching all the Netflix shows first?
Wait, you didn't finish Daredevil?
I wanted to watch. Listen, I'm the kind of person I cannot watch them out of order. I got 2 episodes into Iron Fist and couldn't continue.
Oh, you don't need to.
I don't know, but I
Oh,
can't.
I think we've said this before. You do not need to watch that pile of crap. And you do not need to watch Defenders either. It's not worth it.
Okay.
It's better to keep the idea of the clips you've seen of Jessica walking up and saying, "You look stupid." That's the only good bit is where he puts it on and she goes, "You look fucking stupid." He's like, "It's your scarf." That is the only good bit in that entire series. Even Sigourney Weaver could have saved that car crash.
Yeah, I heard that was
such a shame. Again,
Sorry, I can't do that right now.
Neither can I, Siri.
neither can I. Good point. Yes, I have no idea how they're gonna do it though.
Me neither.
Like, they'll have to do it a little bit more gritty, but they're not gonna go full Netflix crushing your head in a car door.
Yeah. Good point.
But that's the whole appeal of it, and the
it's
fighting
a
and how
show, isn't it?
Yes, but it's doing the 18 episodes. That's what they made a big thing about. That it's going to be 18, not like 10.
Yeah, but
which is a weird number to choose, but still.
weird number to sort of confirm as well. Like I can get like 10 episodes, so you tell like that kind of seems to be the way you tell a long epic story
18.
for TV, and then 24 is like the episodic ones where you have like
fillers and shit.
Fillers and shit.
Yeah.
18, I'm not sure.
Weird. So I don't know how they're gonna do that and how they're gonna do it well. I'm assuming it's gonna be Charlie.
Yes, they did say it'll be Charlie. Yeah,
because he's in all the other stuff as well as Daredevil. So
could you imagine if they had Charlie Cox in the Spider-Man film and then somebody else in the show?
What, like, would they have John Krasinski be Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness and have someone else as Mr. Fantastic in the film? Fucking idiots.
Here's a question: do you think they're gonna make it? Do you think they're gonna have Daredevil TV show as a soft reboot, or are they going to just how are they gonna explain the history of Netflix the shows? Are they gonna say that is in the MCU, or are they gonna say that is a different?
I don't feel the
Or are
need.
they gonna be like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where it just pretend it didn't happen?
Well, we'll talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. another day. But I don't see there's any reason why they have to change it or make it non-canon. There's nothing about it apart from Danny. We can kill him off. We never have to talk about him again. Iron Fist. Sorry. But nothing about Daredevil, nothing about Jessica Jones, nothing about Luke Cage. Wilson Fisk is already in it.
Yeah.
And, Charlie Cox will be in Echo, probably, as well.
Probably. And Wilson Fisk will be in Echo as well.
Yeah. And those shows were good, so we wouldn't
enough.
want to erase it. They referenced the MCU, but they didn't do anything like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that went against what's been established. So I don't see why they would need to. And people are super excited to have Charlie back because he's brilliant.
He was great, yeah.
Just brilliant. I will be upset if there's no then mention that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are not coming as well, because they were perfect.
They're part of that story, yeah.
So I'm hoping that we've gotten over that. We can have them back now, so do something great with them.
Yeah.
I really hope they do. Because Jessica Jones season 1 is one of my favourite shows of all time. 2 was naff, 3 was whatever, finish. But the first season was fucking incredible, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on the good list, but I'm looking forward. Is there anything else?
Yes. Captain America, New World Order.
Okay.
Which I think the name will change.
Probably.
Because that's apparently the name of the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was New World Order.
Oh.
Because isn't that like the bad guys or the Flag Smashers or something?
Yeah.
Reference that. So, yeah. Sam Wilson's Captain America film.
Which I'm excited about him being Captain America, but I don't want to watch it. I actually love Anthony Mackie.
I don't at all.
I liked him before he was in an MCU film. And I am excited about this character. I just don't know enough about Sam Wilson, Captain America, to care. Also, not to mention, I didn't care as much about Steve Rogers as a character either.
That's very
He's not my
true.
favorite.
I was going to say I want to fuck Chris Evans, but who doesn't? I fucking loved Chris Evans. But no, Captain America, dull as dishwater, but that's the whole point. No.
Defender of the innocent, whatever.
Yeah, it would all be about what are the characters they have and what's the point of this. Because if it's just a Captain America film, but with him as Captain America, adjusting to Captain America life,
No, it can't be just that. Because if you look at the 3 Captain America films, that with Steve Rogers Captain America, it went from wholesome 1940s, so he gets the Heart of Gold, and then season 2, and then the second episode. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? It was a good progression of his character, how he was trusting in America, then he was doubting America because of Hydra, and then he was actually against America in that way. So they got to do something like that with Sam Wilson.
I can't have 3 Sam Wilson films. No, hard pass. Please,
You're
God,
gonna get them.
Please, God,
Civil
no.
War, probably my favorite.
Yeah, agreed, but not because of Sam fucking Wilson.
No.
No, it wasn't because of Anthony Mackie.
For a split second, I was like, was he in that one? Yeah, of course he was. Of course he was.
He's just a stooge.
Okay.
So there's that one. We'll see what happens with that. Final one of Phase 5 is Thunderbolts.
Right. So this is going to be a combination of something that's been going on for a number of years. We'll get what's his face, John Walker from Captain America. We'll get
Yelena,
who's fantastic.
That's all we care about is just giving Yelena another film.
Yeah.
Get her. Get
her back.
Florence Pugh on our screens. I don't care.
She was great in Hawkeye as well.
I think I would have enjoyed Hawkeye without her, because Haley was brilliant and Echo was brilliant. But
yeah. I forget that.
Kate Bishop. I fucking love her. Wonderfulness.
Man, I'm a bit mad at Kate Bishop.
No, I'm talking about Yelena.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was my Russian. Kate Bishop.
Oh, I see.
It's a great mac and
Look
cheese.
at Bishop. I may not.
I like Kate Bishop. She was very. Haley played her really well. I thought that was exactly what we wanted from her. Very young Avengers.
Yes.
But Yelena is. I'm so excited.
I feel like Thunderbolts is the film that's going to be that goal in the distance that we're working towards, in a way. We don't.
But if they don't have any more characters that they're going to use, that's a long way away from when Sam, whoever US agent is Sam?
John Walker.
Sam wasn't John Walker. It will have been 2 years since his mediocre TV show. It's like, oh, and he's here. Like,
But-
I'm not.
Send the message.
Oh my god, shut the
What are you
fuck
wrong
up,
with-
Siri. Fuck.
That's 3
off.
times now. No, but it's not about how many things. It's going to be about how long he's been around. Because if you look at, I think they're trying to replicate. They're trying to go for Infinity War being so epic because we've had 10 years by that point of these characters.
Yeah, but he's not done anything since then.
Well, he will. He will be. He'll have to be. In
I really
something.
hope he doesn't because he's awful. But you know, if a lot of these characters aren't new ones from these films, it's going to feel a bit like. Okay.
We'll see.
I don't know who the other ones are. It's going to be
Thunderbolts
It's
is
just all the baddies.
It's kind of going to be a cross between actual Thunderbolts and Dark Avengers. in a
yeah,
way.
which were the Thunderbolts basically.
I mean, you don't have any sort of mutants, or will we? We don't have a Venom type character. 'Cause he was a Dark Avenger, wasn't he?
Probably. Nemo will be there.
Don't know who that is.
Baron Nemo.
Oh, Zemo.
Shit, it was such a
That's
dick.
okay. It's been
Oh my
It's
god.
been a long evening.
Oh
We
my
have
god,
to-
it's so...
Okay, I feel a little bit better that I'm not the only one screwing up with my words
Fucking
right now.
idiot. Well, I briefly read some Thunderbolts as comics when they were in their prime, like in the 90s, because they were kind of like the Suicide Squads. They were like all bad guys and they were trying to be good. Since then, a lot of them are actual evil. So it's a bit confused because I was always read them as like, oh, they're trying to reform. Like Rogue was a baddie, but now she's a goodie. But turns out they're just all, a lot of them are evil. So there's some cool characters if they use them. I think Moonstone's pretty damn cool. Don't know how they do Songbird. So it depends how they go with it. Do we do big like superhero-y or is it intriguey? Blah, 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 blah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to that when we have more information.
When we know anything.
Anything,
I don't know any more than that.
So
And then
that's good.
that's
I think anything past that is
fine.
just speculation. We know about.
no. We've got the dates just for the Fantastic Four,
Fantastic
and
Four.
then the 2 Avengers films.
Yeah.
And I should be more excited about the Avengers films.
Yeah. Well, we also want to know who the Avengers are.
That is the thing because I will be excited when they tell me that Carol is leading them.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
If
It just feels like a flock of birds.
If it's fucking Sam and Ant-Man and
Winter
the
Soldier.
Winter Soldier, like, I might skip that one.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's She-Hulk and Captain Marvel and another version of
Kamala.
Wanda, and Kamala's in it, like, and Monica's gonna because Monica will be in it.
Oh yeah.
Photon or whatever they choose for her name will be in it. Like, great. Of course it will. Of course it will be great.
They're gonna have to release the cast at the next Comic-Con because they've got time.
Who knows? And then Secret Wars, and I don't know how they're gonna do Secret Wars because there's 3 different Secret Wars events.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be the one from the most recent one where it's universes colliding because it's incursions, multiverse. They've talked about that in Loki and in Doctor Strange. So
did we talk about it in Loki? They're not called incursions in Loki,
I don't give a shit.
but whatever. Yeah, I'm just
all that kind of stuff. So they've kind of set up that before, but that's bonkers. And I feel like I don't know if it's gonna be ready to be that big.
Well, they've got time to figure it out, I guess.
They had A-Force was there. That's when it's.
I know.
What was that? Your watch has never been so inappropriate before.
Very cool. A-Force is the female Avengers led by She-Hulk.
Never heard of this.
It was just because it's a variant series for Secret Wars.
Right, okay.
So that was really cool. That's what the reference was there. The Thors, like a League of Thors was there. There's Doctor Doom is a god hero person, so he's obviously going to be the bad guy in Fantastic Four. So many good bad guys in Fantastic Four. Why is it Doctor Doom every time in these films?
Well, he's meant to be this sort of... He's God Emperor of some realm or whatever. He's going to be...
Yeah.
I don't even know what he does.
Anyway. So...
No mention of mutants,
No.
shall we say?
No, but he did say on the carpet, like the guy from MTV was interviewing him, is like, is it going to be Phase X? Is it going to be Phase 10, Phase X?
Yeah.
And Feige was like, you want to wait that long until they get the X-Men? I don't want to wait that long. And that was it.
Okay.
It probably will be Phase 10.
Oh my god, fuck off. But has there been...
That's 6.
On a panel, or like on a stage, was there any mention of mutants or anything?
Nope, nothing.
Fuck you, I hate Comic-Con.
Fuck off. So...
Give me the mutants!
All we got was some dates and the fact that there will be 2 Avengers films. Which is interesting, but also not mind-fucking blowing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have a mind blown at D23. Maybe?
Maybe. When is that?
I think like September usually.
Okay. Tune in, viewer.
We'll talk about it if we get some stuff, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
So, let's just get to She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm psyched for She-Hulk. Let's get to Daredevil. Let's get to the Marvels.
Tell us, dear
Secret
listener,
Invasion.
what we didn't talk about. Was there something at Comic-Con that we didn't mention?
There was a lot at Comic-Con we didn't mention.
Tell us what you are upset that we didn't mention.
Or tell us your favorite news or announcement or panel, anything that came out of Comic-Con that wasn't Marvel related or anything else. Tell us about it. We'll research it, or we'll just read out what you read. We'll discuss it in the future. We'll just read out the email.
And then laugh at it, and then just crumple up and throw it away.
I'll print it off.
Yeah. So email us at incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com.
You can find us on social media as well. It'd be lovely. Give us a chat. I'm on Twitter at NickBakerGeek. He's on Instagram at John Marks, JonMarx.
Yes, that is correct. I don't know why you're looking so shy about it. Yeah.
I don't like having to spell shit out.
Give us a like, share the episode around, subscribe so you know when the new ones are coming out, because we're doing more than we used to.
Thank you for listening. We rushed through a lot of it. We've been talking for ages. I'm sure we got a lot wrong. I do apologize. We are not complete geeks,
but we are working on it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.